This is Zichru Daf Simanim Daf Kuf Samoch Tes. And Kuf Samoch Tes, as you spell that out, it's a cast. So, of course, we're going to have a wonderful picture of a man with a broken arm and a cast. And, of course, the cast, Daf Kuf Samoch Tes, that is going to be the focal point of this picture, of this stuff. Now, what's going to be this cast? This cast is going to be a replacement star. When a star is lost, what are we going to do right now? So the replacement star for a sale that's going to be written, it's going to be very unique. What's the uniqueness going to be is that there's not going to be any achrayis. If you see carefully over here, it's a document written without any achrayis. That's going to be point number one, because if there was achrayis, we have to be worried you could collect twice. Point number two is precisely how and why, because of achrayis to his sefer. And point number three is you see him giving this beautiful matana, this beautiful star matana, which is going to be when someone returns a matana, the star matana, whether the mere returning of it allows it to revert back or not. So daf kuf samach tes, we have a cast, and the daf that deals with the cast is going to be centering around daf kuf samach tes and the cast, which is when you lose a star, how do you write the replacement star, particularly without a chayes to your sefer, and the star matana that is returned, whether the gift goes back. So let's go a little bit deeper into these 3 points. Again, Daf Kuf Samach Tes, the cast. What is the cast? The cast is the replacement star that is written without a chay. Says the Bryce. Someone says he lost his star, rewrite him a new star. Says Rav Safra, why? We never write 2 stars on one field. Why? Because we have to be worried that he's going to try to collect 2 times from purchasers. And therefore, says the Gemara, we only write 1 star without the achrayis. Says the Gemara, what do you mean? You tear up the star when you collect. Therefore, says the Gemara, you're right. The concern is he's going to come based on his father, that his father owned the field, and then he could get it twice with the same scheme of having this new star. So when a star is lost, point number 1, the new star that is written on a cast, of course, because Daf Kuf Samach Tes, the star is going to be written without a achrayis. Point number 2 is, how is this star written without achrayis? Achrayis sefer who says the Brisa. No, achrayis explains Rav Nachman. What do they write? The star is not for collecting, neither from Shubadim or from Bnei Chayrim. It's only there so land remains in his possession. Says Rav, from Zoisai Meres. So what do we see? Achrayis Tayi Sefer. Oh, it's assumed to be an error of the Sefer. The star is considered to have a chayis unless it is specifically excluded. Says Rav Ashi, no, chayis love to use sefer. So if the chayis is missing, it cannot be used for collection. Says the Bryce, what does this mean to look kasavei a chayis? And we continue with point number 3 is, when you return a star matana, does the gift go back? Oisios niknis memesira, says Rashbag. We do not replace a sale document. Why? Because we're worried you're going to use it to collect again. However, similarly, says Rashbag, if one gives a gift to someone and he returns the document, chazrasai matana, the matana goes back. Says the Chachamim, no, the gift remains. Ravasi says Rashbag holds that and therefore once the star is returned, it goes back. Says Rabbi, how could that be? The once it's returned, the gift should go back, so he no longer has the star. Therefore, Rabbi explains that Shimon Gamliel holds and therefore when it goes back, the matana goes back as well. So again, we have Daf Kuf Samach Tes dealing with a cast, Daf Kuf Samach Tes, the cast, which is the achrayis, which is the replacement star that's written when someone loses a star, point number 1. Point number 2, how is his replacement star written? Achrayis. So for point number 3, that when you return a star matana, because Aisys Nikos b'Mesira, therefore the document, the matana will go back as well. Daf Kuf Samach Tes, the cast in Bava Mitzvah.